Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel, and the Golden Opportunities Coaching mission is to help you to get to a place where you begin to understand yourself in a better way. Also, to help you begin to connect on a deeper level with those that matter most to you and with yourself. And we do that through audios. We got over 730 of them available for your listening pleasure, and we hope to add to them as often as we can. The more specific, the more capable we are of adding to these in a meaningful way, the easier it will be to connect on a deeper level in that directive. So, when you begin to understand the value of connecting on a deeper level, it then becomes easier to find ways to do that in a way that makes sense to you. And when you begin to understand your own value, then you can live a powerful life. Today's particular audio is about weak mindset. If you're trying to strengthen your mindset and or you're trying to get through blockages in your energy, thought patterns, or emotional state that ultimately could lead you down a path you don't want to go, this is a great audio for you. But if you're looking to do that, I also offer coaching in a manner that allows you to do that on a deeper level. There's a couple ways you can check that out, either at PO Perception on Twitter and or the About Me section here on this YouTube page. Either way, we'll get you in contact with me, and then we can go from there. So, the first thing is holding on to a negative mindset. It's much better to have a neutral mindset than a negative mindset. And a lot of people say be positive, but in reality, fake positivity is just as damaging in some cases as negativity. If you're faking positivity when something truly positive that's a once-in-a-lifetime experience or a random experience can happen, we then become indulged in the negativity or the positivity to the point where we're not looking out for pitfalls if it's positive or looking for hope if it's negative. So finding a way to be more neutral in our down times, that nothing is happening that's neither positive nor negative, it's all in our perception, allows us to take more important and meaningful stock of our lives and the quality thereof. The next is no expression of your emotional state. A person with a weak mind feels that either that their emotions don't matter, or that they will be misunderstood, or that, in fact, they are insignificant. Thereby, their emotions are insignificant. Now, again, going back to the state of neutrality, everyone's emotions matter equally. Whether they're given the same amount of credence or not is dependent upon the type of people you're around, the support network you have, and all of that. But emotions are never worth not expressing for fear that people may judge how they're expressed or any other reason. So a person who has been weakened by previous abuse or ostracization will be more likely to believe that they don't matter. The next is living in a fantasy world rather than a progressive world. So we all have dreams, we all have aspirations, we all have things we'd like to do at a better rate than we've done them before. And while it's completely fun to get into the what would I do if I had $10 million mindset, or what would I do if this happened or that happened, it's much more progressive and positive and useful to think, what can I do with the skills I have that get me closer to a goal that actually matters to me? When we live in a fantasy world where we're not actually working towards our goals, it becomes increasingly difficult to find sense of purpose, meaning, and inspiration, and then that leads to anxiety, depression, lack of fulfillment, and a bunch of other things. So finding a way to kind of indulge in fantasy upon occasion, but live in practicality and progress is a powerful and useful and necessary thing in order to live well and an empowered life. So ultimately, it is super valuable to do that because we don't necessarily always get what we want, need, or where our value is. We don't necessarily either know when that value comes forward or how it comes forward, but being able to identify it when it does will increase overall happiness and success. So the next thing is, if you are a person who doesn't make time for personal relationships, and I'm sorry, and this may offend some people, But social media is not a personal relationship. Social media is a technological relationship. So personal relationships are ones where you actually take the time to cut yourself off from the rest of the world and spend time in person or by phone or in other form of communication with a person with the express consent and desire to connect with them on a deeper level. Now, not to say that technology doesn't have its place in communication style, because it does, but it's taken on such prominence that people think they can just send a text and that's the end of the relationship or the importance thereof. It's difficult because people need to find a balance between using the convenience of technology and the frustration point of going forward, as it were. In any event, when we begin to understand the value of how we connect with others, when we begin to understand the value of where we can connect with others, it becomes much better to focus on building relationships rather than numbers of connections, quantity over quantity over quality doesn't work very often, but quantity over quality is where most people are. Quality over quantity, though, is where successful relationships thrive and survive. And then the next is the illusion that we have control over what other people think or how they behave or what they do or how they perceive the world. While we can certainly influence others with the words we say and the things we do, at the end of the day, unless a person is an extremely young child and or about to hurt themselves, we have a very little, if any, connective with the idea or concept that we can make a meaningful and long-term impact on another person, nor should we want to, because taking away a person's free will as it relates to everything is difficult in a rough go of it. So hopefully this is helpful. I encourage you to reach out if there's more clarification you may need, or if there's something I can do to help you improve your quality of life. Until next time, keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Till next time, everybody.